Hello, friends. Welcome to the new episode of Mathematical Miscellany. In this episode of Mathematical Miscellany, we have two topics. We begin by knowing that who first used multiplication symbol in mathematical literature and his brief contributions. And the second topic would be how the trigonometric function sine function got its name. Okay. Yes, so first, as mentioned, who first used the multiplication symbol, which is a slanted cross in mathematical literature, and popularized it. And the multiplication symbol was first introduced by English mathematician William Oughtred. He introduced it in his book The Key of Mathematics, which was published in 1647. So for your information, William Oughtred lived between 1574 and 1660. Apart from that, he gave us a very important mechanical calculating device called slide rule, which works as a mechanical calculator. So before the advent of electronic calculators, complicated computations are carried out using this slide rule. Some of the projects where it has been used are the mission to the moon, which involve a lot of multiple complex calculations, and same is the case for figuring out the double helix, and the it is also used in the calculations which are used for designing the Boeing 747. Okay, the death of this slide rule was rapid and unexpected in mid 1970s. The influx of pocket calculators, especially this HP35, which was released by Hewlett Packard in 1972. So it killed the slide rule. Okay, and apart from that, the outright is also credited to introduce abbreviations for trigonometric functions like sines and cosines. Okay, next, the second topic which we would see today is how this trigonometric function sine got its name. The widely accepted but contentious story goes like this. It all started with Indian mathematician and astronomer Aryabhatta. So Aryabhatta lived in the Bihar state in Patliputra, and he survived from 476 to 550 AD. And he, in his book Aryabhatiya, which was completed in 499, he used the term called jya, which jya to represent a chord. The jya means bowstring in Sanskrit. So some years passed by, and this has traveled to Arabia, and people there were interested to translate it to Arabic. While doing so, they came across this word jia, and in Arabic, instead of picking a word which is closely related to jia, they picked up a phonetically close word called ziba to replace the jia. In a typical practice at that time in Arabic is to omit vowels. So they omitted the vowels J, omitted vowels I and the A, and they replaced Jiba with just JB. And this can be seen from the book called Compendious Books of Calculations by Completion and Balancing by Al-Khwarizmi, which was published around 820 AD. And for your information, Al-Khwarizmi is a Persian polymath and he introduced Hindu numerals to European mathematics. Algar the very u- while very famous words like algorithm, algebra, which we are using now, are derived from his name. Later, years assumed that. Now, let's come back to our story, JB. Okay, so later writers assumed that JB as an abbreviation for meaningless Jiba. Why? Because Jiba doesn't have any relation to the chord which was mentioned by Jia. So, hence, they substituted with another word called Jiab, which is a good Arabic word meaning either cove or bay. Further later, the Gerardo of Cremona around 1150 AD, and who is an Italian translator of scientific books from Arabic to Latin. When he made his translations from the Arabic, he replaced the Arabian jibe with its Latin equivalent sinus, from which came our present word anglicized sign. And it is our William Outred who truncated the last letter E and he abbreviated the sign word as just sign. Okay, so that's all for now. And if you are interested to know more like these kind of simple but unknown snippets of mathematical journey, please subscribe, share, and like my videos. Thank you.